when I'm looking for a face mask for Airsoft, I'm looking something that will be able to protect my face, to be able to protect my cheeks, my mouth, my teeth especially, as well as, my nose. But at the same time, I need it to be comfortable, and I definitely need to be able to see down the sights of my Airsoft gun. Because if I can't see down the sights of my Airsoft gun, or I have to tilt my head in a weird fashion, well, I'm not going to be very efficient and very good on the airsofting field. So I have found a solution to this. I have found a mesh mask that, while it protects most of your face, it is also very comfortable and very easy to get a cheek weld. And that is the One Tigris series of face masks. We'll be taking a look at the Rage as well as the Scream version of these masks in today's review. What's up, Airsofters? My name is Lane, and welcome back to the BB Warrior. We're here to help you have a better time both on and off the airsoft field through our educational content. And if you enjoy videos like these, well, I'd love it if you joined our community by hitting that subscribe button down below. And while you're at it, make sure to hit the bell icon next to it for updates when we post a brand new video every single Friday here on the channel. Now, as a small disclaimer, One Tigris has sent me face masks in the past to take a look at. However, a majority of the ones that I own, and the two that we're actually going to use for today's video, I purchased with my own money. So I'm going to attempt to be as unbiased as possible. However, a huge thanks to One Tigris for sending these out. So I have been using the One Tigris brand of face masks for over a year and a half, long before I even became in contact with any of the folks at One Tigris, and I have been a huge fan because one of the most important things to me besides protection is a proper cheek weld. It doesn't matter what type of airsoft gun I'm using, whether I'm using an M4, an AK, a submachine gun, a light machine gun, sniper rifle, I need to be able to see down my sights, and I can't compromise that. That is just as important as personal protection for me, and the One Tigris masks are great at that. So what makes the One Tigris mask so great, in my personal opinion, is the sides of the mask. So the center of the mask is mesh. This is what a lot of companies are made out of. The mesh that One Tigris uses is safe up to 800 FPS, so you never have to worry about a BB going through here and compromising the safety of your nose or your teeth. However, the sides are made out of nylon and padding. And what I like about this is that it's going to fit to your face considerably better than a mask that is pure mesh from side to side. So while this sits nice and close on your face, that's going to allow you to get a real good cheek weld. There is enough padding to where it will help with a BB impact. However, there is not so much as to where it would interrupt looking down your sights on any type of airsoft gun. So again, the sides are nice and padded, so if you do get any sort of impacts on the sides, while you will hear them because nylon has a very distinct sound that it makes when a BB hits it, you're not going to feel it. It's not really going to cause you any sort of pain. Of course, if you're in very close quarter situations, that is a possibility. However, for most encounters over 20 feet away, you're not going to notice any sort of pain with the One Tigris masks. Now, the One Tigris masks for both the Scream and the Rage varieties, they are going to be held on with a 4-piece harness system. I'm a real big fan of this because I've seen other masks that attempt to use like a two harness setup. And the thing that I like about this is it doesn't slip off the back of your head. Whether you're putting the mask under a helmet or above a baseball cap or a boonie, whatever you're trying to do, especially because of this large center piece that holds all of the straps together, the mask is not going to move around. I never really run into any sort of issues where it's like drooping off of my face or trying to pull from side to side, anything like that. So it is a very comfortable mask to wear. And again, because the sides aren't very rigid at all, you don't get any sort of weird pressure points. I know of other masks that I've tried in the past, typically it'd put a lot of pressure right at the top of my cheeks or up before my ears, and that would be very, very uncomfortable for me and eventually give me headaches, depending on how long I wore it for. So that's why I'm a big fan of the One Tigris mask, is besides the fact that I have a good cheek weld, it's just very comfortable and I don't feel any sort of pain after wearing this, or it doesn't feel uncomfortable or anything like that. So like I said, there are two main varieties. There is the Scream mask, which is this one here. This mask ends right before your ears for most people. However, they also have the Rage, which actually has more mesh, which will actually cover the entirety of your ear. So if you're at a field that requires you to have ear protection and you don't want to run a two-piece system because that's a lot of straps and it's pretty obnoxious, I would highly recommend taking a look at this mask. Now, while it doesn't come in as many colors as the Scream, it is very, very comfortable and it has most of your main colors. You know, tan, green, black, and there's one more I can't think of at the moment. I believe it's multicam. But I know, just in case anyone asks, the mesh on the side, it's the same mesh that they use for the center, so it's safe up to 800 FPS. However, if you're running any sort of radios or other sort of communication, and you're running a built-in earpiece, this will not interfere with that. It doesn't put any pressure on it. I use a Code Red headset ear mic, or yes, earpiece, and it does not put any sort of weird pressure on it. The mask is nice because it uses elastic for the harness, so while it makes sure that it's nice and tight up against your face, it's not incredibly tight to the point that it's like pushing on you and becoming uncomfortable. So these masks will work great with oh, excuse me, I can't talk. These masks will work great if you're using any sort of radios. If you're using an over-the-ear style headset like the like Comtacs, I'd probably recommend going with the Scream version, because these are going to get extremely uncomfortable and out of the way, or they're going to get in the way of using something like Comtacs, and you're probably not going to want the Comtacs pressing in on these. So I would recommend using the Scream mask. I do want to mention one more thing about the harness, and this is my only complaint about this face mask, is that because the harness is made out of the elastic, it can be somewhat hard to adjust it if you need to bring it in tighter to your face, because as you're trying to adjust it through the buckle on some of the older masks, at least from what I noticed, it would not go through as much. Instead of actually going through the buckle, it would just try to expand in it. However, with some of the newer masks that I have gotten, it isn't as much of an issue. However, it's one thing I did want to mention because I ran into it during the initial fitment of this mask. But again, if you have it a little loose, because it is all elastic, it's not going to like hang off of your face or anything like that. Again, this is a very comfortable face mask to wear. Now, another thing that I want to mention about the sides of this mask is that because it is a padding, it can absorb some sweat. So I would definitely recommend at the end of the day, you know, letting this sit out, let it breathe a little bit, or maybe even just like run it under your sink. I have never run into, for the amount of games that I've played in the rain, I have never had any component of these masks rust. I've never run into that issue, probably because of the nice coating that they put over the mesh, which makes sure that nothing like that is going to happen. I've never had any of the mesh break or have any of the paint come off. I know with other masks that I've used in the past, I've had them rust, which would leave this horrible brown color on my face after I used them. So the nice thing that I like about the sides, again going back to that real quick, is that while it does trap some moisture in there during the summer, it doesn't overheat too much. However, in the winter, what I noticed is running one of these One Tigris masks, is that during the winter it did keep my face warm. I was at a game where it was so cold that the moisture in my breath was actually freezing on the mesh of the mask. However, the sides, because you know wind couldn't be pushed through there, it kept my face somewhat warm, which was nice on such an incredibly cold day. But that is just one tiny little detail that I wanted to mention about this. It doesn't get too hot during the summer, but at the same time it does provide some warmth during the winter. So overall, my final opinion on the One Tigris face masks. I wish I bought one sooner. As someone who, again, has purchased these with my own money, as well as the couple that One Tigris has provided, I love these masks. They come in a variety of colors, so no matter what kit I'm doing, I'm going to have one that matches because I'm a nerd like that. But at the same time, these are just incredibly comfortable masks. You can look down pretty much any set of iron sights that exist out there. And overall, they're just a great mask. So if you're looking for a replacement for your mask, you're not very happy with it, I would highly, highly recommend taking a look at the One Tigris Scream or the One Tigris Rage foldable face mask. Again, the Scream does not have the ear protection, the Rage does. So I want to know, I have a question for you guys. What type of face mask do you like to run, and what is important for you in a face mask? Make sure to let me know down in those comments below. I would love to hear it. But if you want to purchase any of the products that we talked about in today's video, I will have a link down in the description below to where you can check these out. And as a disclaimer, these are affiliate links, so if you click this link and buy the product, I do get a very small percentage, which allows me to continue to make videos just like this for you guys. But that's going to do it for today's review of the One Tigris face mask. Thank you guys very much for staying until the end. If you enjoyed this video, I would love it if you joined our community by hitting the subscribe button down below, and while you're at it, make sure to hit that bell icon next to it for updates when we post brand new videos every single Friday here on the channel. Links for social media will be down in the description below. This has been Lane from the BB Warrior taking a look at the One Tigris face masks, and I will see you all next time.